Alright, hey there, hi there, hello world, welcome back to my channel. My name's Ellie, and today's video is going to be a fun, hopefully new experience for you all that I've kind of crafted. So this today is going to be a pick your path reading. Now, in order to pick your path, I have prepared here for you today 4 different little, let's say, clues, or 4 different little energetic vibrations of the path of which you may choose today. So let's go ahead and go into your options, but before that, let us take a quick break to hear out this quick message for you. Alright, so if you haven't been to my channel before, I'd like to take a moment to welcome you and invite you humbly to subscribe to my channel. I am somebody who likes to upload videos on deck unboxings. There's a few pick-a-cards. Hope to do more of these pick-a-path readings, but yes, my channel is going to be just for fun, tarot and oracle card related content, and I humbly invite you to join in on the fun. You know, when I do upload videos, make sure you have that little bell notification selected so that you will be notified when I do upload videos. Right, I also wanted to make you all aware that I will never be in the comments section asking you for money or asking you for, pay me through here and I will deliver a reading to you, all that kind of stuff. Just know I do not solicit readings that way. I don't actually approach anybody offering readings. If you do want to purchase a reading from me, you can find the Ko-fi link in the description below, and that is the only place right now that I am actively selling readings. So if you wanted to look there, again, you'll find the official link in the description below. All right, so moving on to our topic for today, pick a path reading. So this is how it's going to work. We have these 4 different little hints, I guess you could say, vibes of the path, if you would so choose to take it. So path number 1, we have this beautiful labradorite rose in this cute little key. So I wonder what that may lead you to. Path number 2 has this beautiful angel aura quartz crystal, along with this cool little divination dice. Path number 3 will take you to this beautiful Caribbean calcite with the seashell. I wonder what that could be. And path number 4, we have this beautiful statuette of Hathor, as well as this cool pyramid-shaped moonstone crystal. So yeah, those are the 4 paths you have to choose from today. Again, just go with your instinct. See what calls to you. What is it that you need to know? And you will learn this by taking the path that calls to you. All right, so with that said, I will go ahead and give you a few moments here to take a kind of a little meditative look at some of these, what is really calling to you, and connect with it. And then from there, you can select the timestamp either in the description box below or in the comments. I'll have a pinned comment there for you, which will lead you down the path of your choosing. All right, so with that, I will give you a few seconds here to meditate upon it. And then, yeah, we'll see you at your reading. Bye. Alright, if you chose path number 1, I'd like to welcome you, path number 1, to the beautiful secret garden. So what we're going to do today is we're going to sit in the space of this beautiful, soothing, calm and quiet garden and listen to what Spirit has to tell you today. What messages are coming through? What is it that you need to know? What led you here? To hear what messages. Ooh, it's all a big mystery, so let's go ahead and get started. To start, I wanted to pull a few oracle cards, and this is from the Magical Herb Oracle, and we're just going to get a feel for the general messages coming through today. Let's get a general feel, get general messages. All right, so right off the bat, we've got 2 cards. So here we got Soothe with the slippery elm. So right away, very much feeling the energy of this garden with Soothe. Next, we got Stimulate with the Guarana here. So kind of at odds with the Soothe card, but I feel like this Stimulate coming right after Soothe means that there is a burst of energy after a time of rest. So this is something where the rest is really what serves to kind of move you from this state of calmness and clarity into a state of action and readiness. Last but not least, we have here reflection with the lemon balm. So reflection to me is, I feel like this energy here is kind of one of taking a pause and just kind of stopping to think and moving into the next chapter or your next steps based on what it is that comes out of this period of rest and kind of just thinking through. I'm kind of feeling, what is that one? There's a term for when you kind of stop to rest, but also it's recalibrate. That's what it was. So you stop to rest, but at the same time, you're still kind of thinking things through and making plans. So I'm kind of getting like a stop and recalibrate kind of energy here. But before we go on, let us start getting some tarot cards to get more information here. And I'm going to use Tarot of the Moon Garden. So let's go ahead and see what else we need to know here. Can we elaborate on soothe? Give me one card to elaborate on soothe. Ace of Pentacles. Okay. Now the Ace of Pentacles can mean like material, financial abundance, career, but I also feel like it pertains to health, right? Health and wealth are pretty tied in together. So here I feel like the soothe with the Ace of Pentacles is saying that this is a matter of health, taking care of yourself. Now, I don't give health advice here. Path number one, this channel does not legally give, health or legal advice or anything. But yeah, the feeling that I'm getting here with Ace of Pentacles and soothe is one just kind of a reminder to take care of yourself. Your health itself is an investment. And when you stop to take time and to pause and take care of yourself, you're going to be healthier and you'll have a better balance with your energy and the ability to give as well as receive, and you'll be in a better place to do that when you're taking care of yourself. Let's see what else we get for soothe. What do we need to know? You wanted to come out? Okay. Oh gosh, okay. 8 of Staffs. Okay, quick moving energy here. So I feel like this is very much telling you this is the direction you're moving in very, very quickly. It's a time to sit down, to recalibrate, take care of yourself. And I hope, hopefully you're taking good care of yourself, path number one, but this could also be an energy of things happening really quickly. Maybe you're not able to catch up. Maybe it's time to, not move into the stimulate area so quickly and just take a little bit of pause. This may be a call for you to kind of think things through before moving too quickly. Especially with this reflection card here at the end of the kind of like flow of energy, it definitely feels like maybe something's moving, picking up pace a little too quick, and it may need just a slight slowdown, maybe just a slight recalibration, right? We said recalibration a lot earlier. So let me see, what do you need to know about stimulate? Path number one. Gosh, okay, well, it gave me that already. First card to pop out was the moon. The moon card is trusting your instincts. Now, in this case, I feel like even though the moon, yes, it's about the unseen, it's about mystery, it's about things hidden from view. I also feel like it's very much about tuning into yourself, tuning into the within, because that's where you're going to find that information. You'll see beyond the veil when you're able to kind of dive deep, dive below the surface, as they say, and just really get a good idea of what is going on. So as it relates to stimulate, I feel like this is the time where your intuition is at an all-time high, or you're getting little pings from intuition, from your spirit guides or, angels, whatever force it is that is in your life that gives you, guidance or strength to forge through hard times, whatever that force is, really tap into it. I feel like this is that part where it's really kind of like starting to ping for you. You're getting these little synchronicities, you're getting these little whispers in the wind. Something here is trying to help you tune into and illuminate the hidden. So don't be confused by it. Now here we have the Hanged Man. So the Hanged Man card, speaking to the moon and stimulate, really does feel like time to sit back and think about what's going on, and then using this to approach whatever the situation is with a new, fresh set of eyes. This is kind of like where you're discovering something you may not have known or been aware of before, and then figuring out how to move forward with it, maybe in ways that you've never really thought of or ways that you've never considered. We're getting a lot of that energy nowadays. I'm filming this pretty much the weekend after the lunar eclipse in Scorpio. So yeah, this is, a lot of the readings have actually come up, I feel like, with this energy of sit back and kind of use this time to recalibrate. That's a big word in this reading today, recalibrate. All right, so we'll pull 2 more cards here for reflection. What do we need to know about reflection? Card number 1, Page of Pentacles. Okay. Now I'm feeling like this is your energy, path number 1. So Page of Pentacles here being that very curious, very studious, kind of like investigative energy. So ties in very nicely with reflection. The Page of Pentacles is the figure, I would say, spends a little bit of time in reflection and just kind of, you know, taking stock of what they have available to them and what other resources they may need. So this may actually be a call for some of you to do some studying or to do some classes. This could be really about the opportunity to learn something. Okay, so it's possible for some of you, I'm hearing that there may be learning opportunities coming up. There may be something that you're interested in learning, a certification or something that you want to go after. And this would tie in very nicely, being able to take advantage of that, you know, that energy that's saying right now, you're good to go. Get going with that studious energy. All right, let's see what else we get. One more card here, please. Reflection. 7 of Swords. Okay, now, the 7 of Swords usually in a reading, I feel like it comes up when there may be an energy of, accomplishing things by means we would not normally resort to. Or, you know, a lot of people tend to feel like this is trickery, this is being sneaky, this is being sly. But I don't normally see the 7 of Swords this way. I see it more as a card of what do I have to work with and how can I make it work? So really it's about pivoting to what can really work out for you when you're less than prepared, or even you don't feel like you're really equipped to handle this challenge, but you're trying to figure out a way. So I'm getting a little bit of, you know, coming back to this card here, Page of Pentacles and reflection, the classes and the studying. Maybe some of you don't have the resources available to go after a certification or the classes that you really want to take. But with the 7 of Swords here, I feel like it's a little bit of a gentle push, a little nudge toward the direction of, well, where can you find these resources? I'm getting that there's a lot of, like, I don't know about you, but I like to just deep dive into, you know, searching on the internet. What is it that I'm trying to learn, and see if there are any free resources, or see if there are any classes or recordings that are available that I can kind of, you know, find at a discount, or coupons. I'm getting, you know, Udemy coupons and all that stuff. Not an ad. But yeah, this is just totally like that energy of I want something and I want it now. I'm going to figure out a way to get it. Right, so next let's go ahead and let's get a few more oracle cards in here. I'm going to use the Earth Alchemy Oracle, and let's just see what else do we need to know here about this situation. This feels, so far, I'm getting that this is very Chariot energy, like moving forward with focus, laser focus, and trying to get something done. But, you know, you may not feel like you've got it all together yet. You're still kind of putting the plan together, putting the pieces together, going, making plans as you go, which, you know, there's nothing wrong with that. But sometimes it leaves us feeling a little overwhelmed and a bit scatterbrained because we're thinking about how to make things work, even though we don't quite know everything we need to work. But yeah, let's go ahead and move forward. Okay, so here we got the Diamond Heart Seed Crystal. And this is about DNA activation, Lemuria Priestess Awakening. So something within you, I feel like this ties into the Moon card very well. Something within you has been calling to you to wake up, to kind of come into your power, your inner knowing. This is very much about learning, growing, and just really starting to awaken to what you're capable of. And I think that's why some of us, when we get to that point where we're kind of like, this is what I really want. Oh yeah, I'm gonna go after this. And you're stimulated to go after it. But then hold on, we need to, pull back the reins a little bit. Let's see if that's really what we need at this time. How can we calibrate? How can we, by any means necessary, figure out what we need to do, what we've got to work with, and how we can get there. All right, so the amethyst and passion flower. This is about transmuting, breaking addictions and the nervous system. So I feel like this really ties in with stimulate and soothe. This is transmuting that energy of, where am I at right now? Where do I want to go? How do I get there? Now, the nervous system part really stands out to me because I feel like a lot of us, when we get our mind set on something, we get very, very overstimulated on trying to go after it. And that results in us sometimes maybe burning out or feeling like we have to rush through something. Especially sometimes I'm hearing certification programs where we just really want to go, go, go. But we're not taking enough time to really sit with the information coming our way and really, integrating that information that we're learning so that we understand it to our best possible, our highest possibilities. And I feel like some of us really need to listen to this message here of soothe and just kind of sit with that energy and sit with that learning process and being able to really take it all in without trying to rush through the process for the sake of saying, yes, we've achieved this, we've got this now, But then looking back and saying, oh, I feel like I kind of went through it pretty fast and maybe I didn't pick up as much as I thought I would. But that's kind of like that stimulate energy standing out really strong right now. Yeah, so it's a very gung-ho kind of energy. Again, I'm feeling the chariot here. So let's go ahead and pull one more. What do we got here for reflection? Okay, so we got the aquamarine and white lily, divine mother, Shekinah, flow, I hope I said that correctly, and detach. So yeah, go with the flow. This is really feeling like that calmness. I love how this card feels very, very calm too, actually. Let's take another look at that. So this is a very soothing image here, almost like a pond that you would find in the garden. So yeah, as it pertains to this little section of energy here, reflection, Page of Pentacles, and the Seven of Swords, aquamarine and lily is speaking to really just kind of hanging back and saying, what is it that I can achieve at this point with what I've got? Again, I feel with that Page of Pentacles kind of being that go, go, go. I want to, learn something. I want to take a course. I want to pick up some new skills. But that Seven of Swords being there kind of like, man, okay, how do I achieve this? How do I do this? It's this energy here where you've got to kind of sit back and reflect on what you have available to you and what you can find that is within your means and what you need. And this is what can work for you at this point in time until you're ready to move into a next step, or until you're ready to, invest in your education or invest in this course or whatever it may be. This is that energy of just kind of taking stock of what you currently have available to you. All right, so next I'd like to pull, let's do more tarot cards, and we're gonna do the Moon Witch Tarot. And forewarning here, forgive me, these cards are gorgeous, but they're a little bit big for my hands, so they might just tumble out a million at a time. Okay, one flew out. Let's grab this. And here we got, see, I told you, the Chariot. The Chariot card here is coming out to really punctuate path number one, that this energy here is one of driving forward. This is the energy of knowing that there is something you want to accomplish, getting laser focused on it, and really going for it. Now, remember that a part of the Chariot's driving force is about knowing your vision, knowing your goals. Because if you don't have that, you're not going to drive in the right direction. You're just going to kind of spin around crazily and try to figure out where you're going. Now, the Magician here wanted to come out. I hadn't intended to pull just quite yet, but here we are. So the Magician, of course, you have what you need to get started on this. You have what you need to really drive that force of, let's get moving, let's get going with this project. Falls under the stimulate pattern here. So this is very much about the energy moving up from, even though right now you're trying to pursue this one course or the certificate or this new knowledge, you have what it takes right now, the base knowledge, the base education or resources, let's just say resources, to get going and at least start putting your foot forward. I don't think this is for everyone, but I feel like maybe for some this is about a career change, or maybe even a project that you're trying to get going, you're trying to get started, and it's been kind of in the works for a while. You kind of take your time with it, but at the same time, you really want to get going with it. Almost like those fluctuations of, you know, I've started something and I want it to move fast, but then it kind of hangs back for a while. I don't know if that resonates with anybody, but that's kind of what I'm getting a little bit here with these cards as they come out. It's very much an energy of I want to go, 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 but then, you know, are we moving forward the right way? Are we taking that progress and working with, you know, what we have currently and building upon that progress? So let's get one more tarot card. The Four of Pentacles. Okay. Now, Four of Pentacles here, again, I feel like speaks to resources. We've got the Page of Pentacles. We have the Ace of Pentacles over here. So yeah, this is feeling a lot like resources, maybe even just your energy as a resource. Conserve your energy, conserve your resources, and just kind of make sure that the way you're moving forward isn't going to put you in a tough situation. I feel like when the Four of Pentacles comes out, it is a reminder to us that we have enough to kind of get ourselves going in the direction we want to go, but at the same time, we need to make sure that we don't expend all that we have trying to make the progress that we're trying to see, right? There's got to be a balance. There's got to be enough give and take, or give and receive, in order to kind of see that progress slowly but steadily. Because I feel in general here, there is an energy of really, really just trying to forge forward without really knowing if what endeavor we're chasing is actually going to be worth it in the end, and we put our all into it. And when we do that, we can run into burnout, or we can, you know, deplete our resources to the point where we're in a bind or in a tight spot. And that's, you know, as much as we really want to move forward and accomplish the things we want, or purchase the things we want, or, you know, get the things we want in our lives, sometimes we have to hang back and really just reflect and make sure that that's aligned with our highest good. Is it really going to work out the way we're imagining it to work out when we sit back and kind of think about, you know, what we've got to work with, or our vision for it, first of all, because we all have to start with a vision, and then we move into, you know, what do we have to work with, and then we can move into expending our energy or our finances, whatever, our plan, you know, taking it into action. So I feel like this reading in general is kind of a reminder to some of you out there that, you know, if you're moving fast toward this goal, but you're not quite 100% kind of aligned with what it is the end goal is, it may be time to sit back and kind of take stock of what is going on. Where are you at here right now? Is the effort you're putting in, you know, giving you back, kind of like Seven Pentacles energy? Is what you're putting in giving back enough for you to say, hey, this is a worthy endeavor of my time, my energy? You know, is this really going to work out the way I want, or do I have to kind of sit back and pivot, recalibrate again, you know, just rethink things and make sure that it's aligned to what I need and what I want? So let's see, one more oracle deck here. Let's just get some advice. Let's get some next steps. Spirit, let's see, what do you want us to know about next steps here? Oh, okay. So here with the pansies, we see attraction. Now, I feel like this is less of like romantic attraction, and I feel this is more of law of attraction. That's the phrase that came to my head right away. So the attraction aspect of this is really, I feel like, because you're sitting back, recalibrating, thinking about the things that you want to bring into being, the things that you have available to you to work with, and you bring in more of that energy, more of that prosperity, more of that abundance, more of that, you know, resources available to me. And it's also about being attracted to opportunities that are going to help you achieve those goals. So, if there's maybe your company's offering a tuition reimbursement, or if there's any opportunity for you to kind of, trade off a little bit of your time and energy in order to volunteer and gain experience in something, I feel like this is really what it's saying. It's you're attracting that kind of energy. Those opportunities will come to you. But it's up to you to make that first step and take advantage of those opportunities if it aligns for what you want, right? And just don't just say yes to anything that comes your way. It's really, path number one, it's really about alignment and making sure that it is really going to lead you down the path. Once you think about it, once you kind of plan it out and say, okay, is this really going to work for, my time and energy? Is this really going to work out? Let's go ahead and get one more card here. Healing. Okay, so the healing card here with the geranium tells me that this may require some time to heal from any past disappointments or any past, I don't want to say wounds, because healing wounds takes a very, very, very long time, but I feel like it's more about something on the inside that we have to reconcile. Maybe with this reflection card, some of us need to kind of sit back and think about things that maybe once went wrong, where we felt like, oh, I went after this opportunity and it was supposed to be great, and something wound up not happening and I'm upset about it, or I'm still hurt about it. For some of you, I feel like this may even be if you interviewed to get into a new position where you would be learning something new, or if you tried to apply to a school where they made you jump through hoops to get, to even a most basic interview, and it turned out that they didn't go with you, or you wound up not winning the opportunity. Something like that, I feel, is the energy here, where it's saying, even though things in the past didn't work out, it's, what is that saying? Rejection is the universe's protection. So the path that was once what you thought it needed to be in order to reach your goal didn't turn out that way. Now that redirection is kind of going to lead you in a different direction. So don't let past experiences hold you back from trying again when it comes to, reaching for your goals and reaching for those things that you really want. But again, it takes a little bit of reflection and a little bit of taking care of yourself and making sure that you are feeling good, you are feeling fine, and you are aligned in order to take advantage, of that energy that comes up when you get to finally manifest that with this, this magician energy here, and put it all together and make it turn into what it is you want. And when you focus on it and really drive that energy forward, because that is what you want. All right, so to wrap things up, let's go ahead and pull real quick these little secret garden, I call them pocket oracles. I don't know if that's the right term, but I call them pocket oracles. And we're gonna get just a few words of advice or encouragement. Okay, 1 and 2. Let's do 2. How about that? All right, so here first we got dream. Have a cup of tea in the garden and find yourself in a good book. So yeah, I feel like this kind of goes pretty well with soothe. It goes very well with kind of that energy of hanging back and just thinking about the things that make you happy, taking care of yourself, having a little bit of that healing energy. And then beauty here, dare to be tender and strongly vulnerable. So this, again, it kind of feels like that healing kind of energy where you recognize your strengths, you recognize the perceived weaknesses, and figure out a way to work with those limitations to hopefully, move past them, or even just find a new way around them, a new approach to what we feel are limitations for us. That way we can go ahead and chase after our dreams and chase after, the things that we want to manifest in our lives, and just turn that into a magical process for ourselves. And patience, waiting for the fruit to ripen. Again, I feel like this is kind of the advice here, the stimulate part. Have some patience for the process. It takes time for us to sit back and heal and recalibrate and think things through and just kind of create this new plan based on the experiences that we've had before. So yeah, it's really about, again, just taking stock of what you have available, what has worked in the past, what hasn't, What did you find you liked about the path you took? What did you find you didn't like? And just kind of rearranging things in your life, rearranging priorities, rearranging resources, people, and your energy. First and foremost, making sure that your energy is in the right place to maximize and optimize the way that you spend your time and energy. Whew. Okay, so path number 1. I feel like that about wraps up your reading. Hopefully this resonates with some of you, with many of you, and you found some really interesting and helpful information here today. So again, it was a very general reading. If it doesn't resonate, feel free to leave it behind and just take whatever does resonate for you. And I hope that this helps you. Leave a comment below. Let me know how you liked this reading, how you liked this energy. And yeah, hopefully I will see you in the next video. So until next time, be well, take care, and we'll see you later. Bye. All right, welcome, path number 2. You have been led to the Mystic's Tea Room, and this is your reading. Right, so today we'll go ahead and start with a few of the tea leaf reading cards, and just to kind of get a feel for what the general energy of the message you need to hear today is, what led you here, and why. So let's go ahead and get some tea leaf cards going for you. All right, we've got Scales, Bridge, and how about one more? Caterpillar. Very interesting. All right, path number 2, let's take a look at the cards. We had Bridge, successfully overcoming a problem. We have Scales, keep your life in balance. And we have Caterpillar. Things will not always be this way. A change is coming. That's pretty reassuring. I like the sound of that. So what I'm getting initially from these cards is the message coming to you today is that even though there are challenges in your path right now, what you need to keep in mind is that 1, things will not always be this way. The challenges will clear up, you will overcome, you will see the light at the end of the tunnel. And keep your life in balance. Now this one stands out to me because I feel like it's saying, despite the hardships and all those things that are just that heavy energy just kind of weighing you down, you need to be sure to take care of yourself, keeping your life in balance despite the hardships. You've got to do what you can do for you. Take care of yourself. Successfully overcoming a problem. Again, it came out first, so I feel like this is definitely reassurance to you that whatever heaviness is weighing on your life right now, whatever situation, it's bound to clear up and it's going to be good, but you need to take care of yourself in the meantime. So that said, let's go ahead and get some more cards out here. We're going to be using the Crystal Struck Tarot to kind of get more information. I want to know more about this bridge, successfully overcoming a problem. What do we need to know about Bridge Spirit? All right, 4 of Wands. Now the 4 of Wands appears whenever we need that reassurance that there is stability, there is home, there is reason for joy and celebration. This here, successfully overcoming a problem, I feel like for some may be a situation that is affecting the home. It's affecting your stability. It's affecting your ability to live in comfort. Now, a lot of us do face issues like that, and I know it sounds like empty promises right now while you're in the thick of it, but absolutely know that you are being taken care of and things are going to work out in your favor. The 7 of Swords here is also appearing. Well, it decided to come out here. So 7 of Swords. This is usually the card I feel people associate with like trickery or being sneaky, but I feel like this to me has usually sent a message of just kind of doing things to the best of your ability, with working with what you've got. So it's very much a card of adaptation and really just kind of strategizing based on what is currently available. Even if it's not the best of means, you're just kind of like, by any means possible, I want to get something done. The 9 of Wands. Yeah, there is a lot of heavy energy here. It's a lot of man, I feel like some of you are really hanging on and really just trying to stick it out this last stretch of just really heaviness and really trying to make it through. You're really going for it. You're really just hanging in there. This is like warrior energy. So I commend you. Yeah, keep going. All right, we also have the 10 of Cups. The 10 of Cups here being, yes, ultimate happy endings. This is the feeling of completion in the sense of something that fulfills you. And I feel like this is on the way. This is definitely an energy that is coming to you. And especially because we have that caterpillar here, a change is coming. I feel like you will hit the end of a cycle where you're finally going to be able to take this fulfillment and move into a new chapter. So I'm actually feeling this goes over here. And the Fool. The Fool card, of course, the new beginnings. I feel like this comes right after the 10 of Cups. So new beginnings, this is all about fresh newness. And that's also something I think can come in between this cycle. This is something that doesn't necessarily always have to end with the 10 of Cups, or come with the end of the 10 of Cups, rather. This could also be something that triggers this 10 of Cups. But I do feel like it goes back here, so we'll set that there. I want to find out more here about these scales. Let's see, let's close this bridge here. Bridge. Let's go ahead and figure out, what do we need to know about these scales? Oh yeah, 2 of Swords. Okay, perfect. So 2 of Swords is, of course, being stuck in this energy of what do I do? What do I do? There are some options ahead of you. They're kind of in your vision, but you're not really sure if you want to act upon it. I don't want to say it's indecision. I want to say it's more of like kind of waiting to the last minute, you know, the 11th hour, just not really knowing where to go from here. But the good news is that you've kind of gotten to narrowing down your options, trying to figure it out. 2 of Swords is actually, you know, a little helpful in that resort, that you have come to realize that there are some things you can do to kind of remedy this situation. All right, so let's go ahead and pull one more card for scales. What do we need to know about scales? Oh, okay, so we've got 9 of Swords. So 9 of Swords here is telling me that, yeah, this is a lot of Swords energy here. Pile number 2, or path number 2, should I say. Yeah, this is a lot of heavy mental energy. There's a lot of a mental lift going on here. So yeah, all of this right here just kind of feels like the direction it's flowing is, there is kind of this present energy of reminding yourself that throughout the hardships, throughout the instability right now that's kind of shaking your foundation a little, it's kind of shaking it up a bit, there is balance to be found, and through that balance, you'll go ahead and achieve the outcome that you want. This is going to be, and it's not like, you know, just trying to stay positive throughout all the hardships. I mean, yeah, we absolutely should, but I feel like this is more of keeping positive in your strength and yourself. This is almost giving strength card vibes, because all these swords just really feels like it's an internal battle. There's internal mechanisms at work that's really kind of putting you through the ringer right now, but there is change on the way. There's a really good outlook on the way here. So hang tough. I highly, highly recommend you pay attention to this keeping your life in balance card here. This is very good information, very good hints from Spirit. All right, so next up, I'm going to use the Witch's Wisdom Oracle deck to get a little more information. Let's just give it some supporting information here. What else do we need to know about this energy, about this situation? What's going on? A little more info. Here we go. All right, so here we got Spirit with initiation. So what this is giving me right away is, this is your opportunity to really tap into your inner strength, to your spirit. What gives you inner strength? What is it that your practice, maybe a spiritual practice, maybe you pray to angels, maybe you identify with one religious, belief over another, whatever it may be. I really feel like this is calling to you to drive home into that kind of energy and just bring the strength out from what it gives you and internalize that for sure. This is For me, this feels like somebody maybe sitting in meditation. Maybe somebody has kind of researched some meditation methods that calls to them and they feel like it really helps them. This is really about getting that pattern started, getting that, I want to say almost fortification of your spirit, like fortify your spirit and fortify your inner fire by initiating this connection with the divine, this connection with spirit. So we'll set that there. All right, what else do we need to know? Right, we have got the 𝕚. I don't know how to pronounce this, so 𝕚. This here is the boundaries card for this deck. So setting some boundaries, and I'm kind of seeing that here with the 9 of Wands. Actually, this does speak to setting boundaries. The 9 of Wands is when you have been just like really through the ringer, but knowing that you can come out the other side. Setting boundaries will definitely help you make sure that others know not to cross you, or you yourself know only how much you want to take. How much do you want to really give it effort before you say, nope, that's it, I am done trying this, I'm good, I'm gonna hang back and take care of myself. So that's what I'm feeling from the boundaries card. Let's see what else comes out and how that all plays into this reading. Okay, broomstick with clearance. Hey, I like this. Okay, cool. So in the broomstick, the message here is to clear out anything that does not serve you. I feel like this card here does lend that kind of support to that. Whatever does not serve you, it is time to knock that out of your life. Get it out of there. Don't settle for less. You know, you truly know how to make yourself happy. You know what makes you happy. And I think through your connection with the divine, through your connection with spirit and your guides, that will help make it all the more clearer that you need to set those boundaries so that whatever negative energy is coming toward you, you send that right back. You do not absorb it. You do not take it. You say, nope, I'm not doing this. You get that negative energy right back to you. So let's see what else the tarot cards have for us here with the Dreamy Moons Tarot. What do we need to know? 3 of Wands. Okay. So the 3 of Wands to me feels like a card of have a little bit of patience, right? This process getting started when you start with this initiation of spirit and kind of building up your strength, building up your defenses, it takes a little bit of time. But you will see results. They will be coming in. And this is all because you're taking the time to do this, you know, setting your boundaries. Setting your sights on what is better for you. I think this feels like just really kind of establishing that for yourself and not letting anybody influence that. That's you really standing your ground. The 4 of Stars. Yeah, so really just be conservative with your energy. Be conservative with your time. This is the time for you to set boundaries and say, if this does not serve you, you don't want it. What else do we need to know here? Ooh, we got the Hanged Man. Okay. So the Hanged Man actually is one of my favorite cards because this tells me when it comes up in a reading for me that sometimes I need to look at things from another approach. What is it I'm not seeing? What is it that is clouding my judgment or keeping me in this state of wishy-washy? But at the same time, you know, is there another perspective I haven't considered? Is there something else that there's a reason why I'm hesitating to make a decision? There's a reason why I'm not quite where I want to be, and that's probably because there's something that you haven't really thought about yet. Again, the Hangman is one of those cards that's like, you know, hang back, hold on, there must be something we're missing here. So let's see. One more Dreamy Moons Tarot card. What do we need to know? Okay. Is it you? I guess it's you. Okay. All right, 2 of Wands. 2 of Wands, planning and just really looking outward and seeing what it is you have to work with. What have you got? What can you do with it? It's funny that the 3 came over here. So it's not necessarily that the process is backwards, but I think that in this regard, the way the energy of the cards is flowing, you start off in this energy of kind of being conservative and holding back and saying, nope, you know, you're not worth my time, or the situation is not worth my time or effort. It's not worth my energy. You know, I'm waiting for something that is. And then once you kind of get that change of perspective here by setting your boundaries and then really just kind of narrowing down what it is really that will help you drive forward in your own power. This Two of Wands here, now you're seeing the results of what is it that I'm capable of? What am I strong enough to do? You know, this is almost like an empowerment side. I want to say this is a very empowering side of the pool here, because this really feels like coming into your own power and your strength and realizing that you indeed do have control of having this come out in a reasonable, you know, in a reasonable and favorable way, to where you're going to be happy and you're going to, you know, come out on top and victorious and chariot energy kind of stuff where, you know, this is what you've been driving toward and this is what you've got and it is good. So we're going to get a few more oracle cards here. I'd like to go ahead and use let's do the Practical Magic Oracle and get a little bit more information here. What else do we need to know? Tell me more. What is some advice? How about that? Let's go with advice. All right, so we got here, manifest with the Amos Veritas. So manifest, okay, really get to thinking, really get to expressing yourself, expressing your power and manifesting this, you know, favorable outcome for yourself. In what ways can you kind of drive forward this change and really get yourself going in the direction that you want to see yourself going in? Now, the card that flew out when I shuffled and had to pick it up, sorry if I sound like I'm out of breath here, Inner Circle. So this is all about strength. Of course, this card would come out. This is going to take a little bit of strength, as mentioned before. You know, it bears repeating. This is going to take a little bit of time, a little bit of energy on your part, but it's going to be for the better. This is going to be empowering for you. And I think that's really the point that these cards want to drive home is, despite all this energy here of the swords, and, you know, there's a lot of wands here too. I see the cups here at the happy ending. So this feels like a fulfillment towards the end. But yeah, if I'm just kind of checking out the rest, you have a lot of swords and a lot of wands, path number 2. So again, this may have a lot to do with the internal, the thoughts, the ideas and the communication, the way they're coming out with the swords here, and then as well as your passions and what drives you with the wands here. So even if it's like relationships, the wands are relationships. What kind of interpersonal relationships? What is driving this energy here? So something to think about, you know, especially because there's a lot of swords and wands. I would kind of stop and journal, maybe like, what is it that I'm thinking and how does that make me feel in terms of, you know, motivation or passion to drive something forward, to drive change forward. I'm getting a lot of like, it's not like a project, but it's more of a passion in how you want to live your life. It's a passion in how you, maybe your career, maybe it's relationships, in the sense that you don't want to be accepting just any old relationships that come through anymore. For a few of you, I feel like this is you actually setting those boundaries to say, I don't want to be treated like, you know, I'm second importance, or, you know, I'm not as important in this relationship. It just feels kind of like a offhand thing. And if that is what is resonating right now, I feel like the message for those who kind of are in that place right now, yeah, really set your boundaries. You deserve to be treated with so much love and respect. And that's another thing too, the respect aspect of relationships. I feel like the wands really speak to that, because when we are driven to chase our goals, chase our dreams, or, you know, relationships, that is, of course, when they say that, you know, the little fire in your belly, that is what gets you going. That is what makes you move forward in the best possible way. And just knowing that a lot of this energy is incredibly encouraging and really cheering you forward, I think is just really amazing for you, path number 2. All right, so let's maybe do 2 more. Let's do 2 more. the rose with confidence. Yes, have confidence in yourself. There's not much more to be said than you need to be confident in yourself because you are incredible. You have been through a lot. Again, this Nine of Wands feels like the warrior card. This is somebody who has been through the ringer and has come out the other side stronger for it. And despite any setbacks or challenges that come your way, you will come out stronger for it. And you will have that built up confidence to know that when that challenge arises again, if it does, you are going to be able to take care of yourself, because that is number one. You are incredibly important. And what I'm getting here, for those of you who feel like this pertains to a romantic situation, I kind of picking up here that the main message coming through is words of encouragement for self-love, and also to remind you that anybody who is trying to, pursue you in a romantic relationship, they are not competing against other people you've dated, other people that you are interested in. No, they're competing with the love and the attention and the enjoyment that you get from your own company. Because when we enter a relationship, we bring that person into our energy. And if their energy can't match up with yours, that's your signal to say, hey, would something need to change? Or, is this something we can work through? And if there's absolutely no chance in working through it, well, preserve your energy, set your boundaries and say, this is not a good match. Energetically or, passionately, whatever the situation may be, this is your opportunity to really take a look at it and know whether or not it's for you, because you have done that work of setting those boundaries and knowing that, again, relationships that try to come in are competing with how much you love spending time with yourself, right? You're going to set the bar for how much you want to be shown love, to be shown respect. And if people can't match that, then they either need to step it up or step out. So, yeah, I don't know. That just came through. I hope that wasn't too rambly. All right, let's get one more card. Path number 2, the belladonna, risk and reward. All right, so yeah, I think that kind of goes along with, that message that just kind of came through. Risk versus reward. What is the risk versus reward of opening yourself to a new relationship, a new person, new situation even, a new project, or something that's coming down the pipeline where you'll meet it as a challenge, but then you'll say, what is the risk versus the reward? Should I give this a shot, or should I, maybe it's not for me. Maybe it's not the opportunity I'm seeking. And again, with all this swords energy, I'm getting so much swords energy, even the athame here. It's really coming down to a balance between the thought, the ideas, the mental energy that it takes, and the passion you have for it. I think the emotion with the cups, there's not a lot of cups here in your draws, and we've had a couple tarot decks that we've used. I don't feel like the cups are at that stage yet where they're playing a role in this reading. This comes afterward. But in order to get there, these kind of energies have to be in check first. A lot of the swords and a lot of the wands. Let's go ahead and finish it off with the vintage tarot. Well, let's not take that. Let's take these. Clear that up. These all just wanted to spill out. That's way too many. Okay, so here we have the Six of Pentacles. Now with the Six of Pentacles, I feel like it's that energy of just really being generous, being giving with your time and your money and your effort. But this is in the sense of you taking care of you, because it kind of resonates with this area. I feel this is really speaking to, again, taking care of yourself and those around you who support you and who show you love and respect, and reciprocating that energy. So it's not necessarily about buying people gifts. Oh, okay, well, The Empress came out to really put an exclamation point on that. So here we have the Empress. Take good care of yourself. Nurture yourself. You know, set those boundaries. Keep your life in balance. It's all very much, I feel like, a call to self-care. Now, today's journey has brought you to the Mystic's Tea Room for a reason. This is your space to really sit and think about it. What is it that called you here? And now this message that has appeared to you, when you kind of think back on it, what are the things that you feel have really challenged you, have really put you in a place where you're hoping and wishing for that outcome, that 10 of Cups outcome? And what action have you taken to kind of get yourself positioned for an optimal outcome? A lot of this has to do, I feel like, with just kind of rearranging your thought patterns, rearranging the way that you approach these problems, these situations, these issues, these relationships, anything. The way you approach it and the way you kind of move forward in that energy. I feel like the main message here is that you, Spirit is encouraging you to move forward with strength and confidence. This is your opportunity to really take care of you. Make sure that you are blossoming, you are growing, because that is what's going to allow you to put those, boundaries in place and say, what does not serve me does not belong to me, and I reject it, and I will not take it. You are number one. You've got to take care of number one. Always remember that. Pile number two, or path number two. Sorry, I keep saying pile. But yeah, this is really what's coming through for you here in this reading. And let's just go ahead and wrap it up with maybe one more tea leaf card. What do you want the final message to be? All right, desk. Pay attention to your work. Now, I feel like this is less of like, work, and more of the inner work. This is work about you kind of sitting, journaling, maybe just kind of writing out how you feel and how certain things make you feel, and just really putting in the inner work. And knowing that you need to, step into this Empress energy, nurture yourself, take care of yourself, allow yourself the space to bloom and to grow, and really take care of you. All right, so let's go ahead and wrap it up there. I think I've got a mess of cards here for you. So path number 2, that was your message today. I hope this really helps, and I wish you the best moving forward. And yeah, we'll go ahead and see you in the next video. Thank you so very much for being here and allowing me to read for you. I hope you take very, very good care, and appreciate you so much. So we'll see you in the next one. Bye. All right, hello, path number 3. So if you chose to follow path number 3, this has led you to the beachside retreat. So this is where you're going to spend some time receiving messages from Spirit, and the atmosphere here is very soothing, very calming, next to the ocean. Have a feeling that, like me, you're just instinctively drawn to things that are all about the ocean and the beauty and the power that it holds. All right, so we're going to start off your reading today, path number 3, using the Ocean Dreams Oracle. And we'll choose some oracle decks, or oracle cards rather, to give us a little bit of insight as to why you're here. What led you to the beach? What led you to the ocean to seek guidance? So let's see. Here we have Waves of Change. So the first card to come out, path number 3, was Waves of Change. So there is something in your life. I feel like the tides are receding. There is something new coming in for you. Let's see what else we get. We've got Whispers of Time. All right, so this may have taken some time to get to this point. I feel like this is a process, and it is just kind of taken a little bit to make that change. And change does take time. So let's go ahead and move further in. Let's get one more oracle card. What do we need to know? Mermaid. Oh, very cool. I love this card. So the Mermaid card. Mermaids are, of course, mythical creatures that are seen as beautiful, They are seen as mysterious. And I feel like this is the general energy here, path number 3, because what is going on right now, this change over time, this has been something that has been a mystery. This is giving me the moon kind of energy. So this is something that perhaps you haven't even been aware that this change has been happening. It's been slowly happening over time. So let's go ahead and move into the tarot card portion of the reading. And for that, I'll be using the Age of Aquarius Tarot. So let's go ahead and pull some cards. What do we need to know here about waves of change? What can you tell me about waves of change? All right, so this is a really interesting card. This is not a traditional tarot card. This is the Alchemist. So this is one of the cards in this deck that is kind of like a bonus card, but I need to keep this in the readings because I feel like they have such amazing energy and information to behold. So the Alchemist here is about the transmutation of energy, waves of change. There is something below the surface going on that is causing this to happen. It may have been taken over time, a lot of research, and a lot of thought. But this, the Alchemist, is incredible energy here. Queen of Pearls. Now in this deck, Queen of Pearls is akin to the Queen of Pentacles. So Queen of Pearls is a lot of that energy of balance. It is about, your resources. You know how to utilize resources, but then when it comes time to take care of yourself or others, you know how to allocate those resources, whether it be your time, your energy, or actual financial resources. I call her the queen of, treat yourself, but the healthy, the very balanced, I should say, the very balanced aspect of treat yourself. So this is very much about being in your energy and taking care of yourself as well as others, and knowing what your boundaries are, knowing what your limits are. And I feel like as it pertains to waves of change, this may signal a time where you have had difficulty kind of balancing that out and have kind of started to realize this energy within you that's crying out for a change. It's crying out for, I don't need to be putting so much of my energy into things or people or situations that don't, turn out to be beneficial to me. Maybe it's something that it takes up a lot of your time and energy, or maybe resources, and it's just not working out for you. It doesn't, reciprocate the energy that's coming in and going out. So that's kind of what I'm getting here. Let's go ahead and move into Whispers of Time. What can you tell me about Whispers of Time? 7 of Cups. Okay, this is all about choices. Has there been a time, path number 3, that you have kind of seen your opinions change, your priorities change? This catalyst, whatever it is here in the Alchemist and Waves of Change, this has been a long time coming due to the fact that you've maybe seen things that you have noticed that maybe aren't the best option for you. Maybe you actually went for something, a job opportunity, a relationship, or it could be something as simple as choosing the wrong, nail polish color, and then you realize you don't really like it. Either way, the energy here is one of being surrounded by a lot of options and not really knowing how to narrow it down. So when you see opportunities, you usually trust your intuition and say, okay, I think I want to go with this one. Or, I know for sure I don't want that one. This really kind of comes into play with Whispers of Time because this has changed over time. The way you've seen your perception of things and the way you value them, or the way that they bring value to you. I feel like it's almost kind of given you this opportunity to grow and metamorph. I forgot the word. It's a metamorphosis, right? Of completely changing not who you are, but the core of who you are is growing, is blooming into this person who is more assured of themselves. Let's go ahead and move further into the reading. I want to get more of the picture here. Whoops, that kind of flew out of there. Okay. 5 of Swords. All right, so now when the 5 of Swords comes out, this is a little bit of heavy energy. It's saying what is going on? There's some conflict here. There's a little bit of, I don't want to say wishy-washiness going on, but it's more of the energy of, am I being honest with myself? You know, what is it that I'm putting this up against and trying to weigh it against and competing with, you know, competing priorities, competing relationships? What is it necessarily that is causing this conflict for me, you know, in my mind and in my mind's eye? What is it that I'm focused on in this, and how can I bring it to clarity? Let's go ahead and see. Let's pull one more. Oh, that's cool. Blueprint. Okay, this is yet another card that is not in the traditional tarot, but Blueprint here is about the creation of something new. This is a whole new, I'm almost getting the sense of a whole new persona, a whole new way of the world perceiving you. And this is coming through you kind of taking stock of the things that are working for you and the things that are not working for you, and then just kind of making that change for it. Just saying, you know, no longer willing to accept things the way that they are if it does not make me happy. You know, as long as it's not harming anybody else, you know, I need to make sure that I'm putting myself in priority and making myself happy, holding yourself to the highest love, highest care. So just in general here, what I'm getting so far from the energy is it's one of kind of coming into yourself. I'm feeling a lot of changing priorities, changing in confidence, changing in maybe the very path that you were on. Maybe, I'm not getting a job change necessarily, but it feels like a change of passions, of a creative energy that fulfills you, that maybe no longer fulfills you. And now it's time to kind of move up out of there, move that energy away and figure out, what is this new blueprint? What is this that's coming in that can be completely new? And I won't have to really like choose per se what it is, because it's just going to come really into manifestation, into fruition, by means of me realizing that I have a plan, that I have something I want to do and something that I want to build for myself. So we're going to move into the next set of oracle cards. I want to pull from the Below the Surface Oracle and find out a little bit more about the energy here. Like, what else do we need to know? All right, so the first card, control issues, let it go. All right, so this is kind of coming to me in the sense that right now, path number 3, you may be feeling like you're really trying to hang on to something, that you're really trying to maintain things the way they are, maintain the status quo. Maybe it's, I don't want to say an unwillingness, but maybe it's a fear of letting go of things that, or processes, or people, relationships, whatever it may be that resonates with you. Because this general reading, you know, again, it may affect some, may affect others in relationship, may affect others in career. All in all, this really feels like hanging on to something that is not really working. These waves of change are coming in to really drive that point home, that things are going to change. You have been making strides in a direction where what once worked for you is not necessarily working anymore, and it's okay to acknowledge that. It's okay to acknowledge that it's time for growth and to move into a whole new chapter. Here, let's go ahead and pull another Below the Surface Oracle. All right, so it says, your routine matters. Are you content with it? All right, so it kind of feels like it ties into this control issues. What is it that you're doing that does not work, right? Are you happy with the way it's working? If not, is it time to recognize that maybe change needs to be made and allow for these tides of change to just come on in and wash away that does not serve you and bring in that new, fresh energy that does? Let's see what else we can get here. We got the power of choice. So place attention on your gratitude. Power of choice is really speaking to me about knowing that you are in control. You are the alchemist here. You are the one who can ignite the spark for this change, for this transformation, to begin the cycle of metamorphosis, to really step into the newest chapter of yourself, your newest power, your newest reincarnation, right? Like that mermaid, this is that mystery person. Who was this person? And now who is this person that I am becoming? Leaving behind the old and embracing the new, becoming somebody who maybe you don't recognize, but hey, you're gonna love who this person is because this is you being in your power. Let's go ahead and pull some more. Now let's do tarot cards. Let's go ahead and do some tarot cards here. So I need to just get a little more information. What do we need to know here about this energy here? Let's get some more tarot cards. Queen of Wands, generosity, tenacity. Queen of Wands, you're passionate about this. So this is you really like working to make it happen. I'm kind of getting the connection between the Alchemist here and the Queen of Wands. I sometimes feel like the Queen of Wands is just as powerful, if not more powerful, than the Magician, in the sense that she knows what she wants, she goes for it, she is bold, she's creative, and she knows that if she wants something to happen, she's gonna find a way to make it happen. So she's very driven, and I love that about the Queen of Wands. And again, just to reiterate, the Queen of Wands does not necessarily mean a female. This is the feminine aspect of energy. So let's go ahead and go into the next card here. We have Fortitude, traditionally the Strength card. Again, speaking to you, really, really stepping into your power with this and being a little bit uncomfortable, but strong enough to tap within yourself and, tap into that inner strength and say, this is for the best. I can totally do this. I believe in myself. That lion, that ferocious lion that we tend to feel like is the embodiment of our fear, especially fear of change, that can be tamed within ourselves when we really take a deep look and we decide that we want to make this change and we want to, tell that thing that we're scared of to pipe down. We're going to do this. We're going to step up and we're going to make the change that we want to see in our lives. And I think that's really what I'm getting from the Strength card coming out here, along with the Queen of Wands, because this is a very fiery energy of, I'm going to do what's best for me. Let's go ahead and pull one more tarot card. What else can I get here? All right. Seven of Cups again. So again, this is about looking at what options are available to you. And I feel like that's really going to help feed into this energy of strength and Queen of Wands, where the boldness is going to come because you are looking at all the options, you are looking at all the things that are available to you to work with, to alchemize, to make this change, to make this outcome, be what you want it to be. Set up that blueprint to really take that path that is going to help you and make you feel you're at your best. It's going to make you feel like you've completely reinvented yourself into this beautiful mermaid that's just mysterious and new and completely, writing her own rules, I think is what she feels like. Again, if you're male, female, don't identify with either, it does not matter. This is the kind of energy that is, just generally speaking, if you want to embrace this beauty and this power and this ferocity of the mermaids, go for it. It is here for you. I love that it comes out here, just really driving home the point that you have a lot of power here. With the Alchemist and the blueprint, you're in control of what can become if you're willing to accept the things that need to change and the work that needs to be done in order to achieve that change. I think that's a huge part of it too. Path number 3, the work has to be done. It sometimes is kind of a drain, kind of a drag. We want to see results right away, but a lot of the times that's just not how it works, right? We've got this Whispers of Time card up here. It's really about the amount of time that passes, what we do with it. It's our actions in the in-between, right? The journey, not the destination. So let's go ahead and pull. I want to start getting a little bit of, let's get some advice from Spirit. What are maybe next steps? What do we need to know here? All right, so we got Heart of the Ocean. The vibration of love is all around you. Very cool, path number 3. So the vibration of love is all around you. You are supported at this time. This to me feels like an absolute green flag. Go for it. You know, you've got what it takes kind of vibes. Message from the energy, from the universe here. That's the energy that's coming through, is very, very supportive and definitely cheering you on. So that is really cool. I love that card too. I'm just staring at it right now, thinking about how much I love it. All right, so let's go ahead and get more. What else do we need to know? The Water Bearer. So with the Water Bearer, you are the divine vessel which receives cosmic downloads. Are you hearing these little whispers of your intuition, path number 3? Is something awakening within you that you are kind of coming to realize, like, hey, in the past, this would have upset me. Now I'm starting to feel like, you know what, I'm not putting up with this. Or maybe it's something where in the past, you know, I kind of enjoyed, you know, this project, this line of work, this relationship. Now it's not feeling so great. What is it that you are starting to feel deep within your bones, deep in your intuition? What is it that's starting to come through and signal to you, really, that the waves are kind of rising? The tide is coming in. There are things that need to be swept out back to sea, you know, return to sender, so that new, fresh energy can move in. Let's go ahead and get one more words of advice, Spirit. All right, so we got the sea snake. Oh, very cool. So you are in a space of embracing your psychic senses. Whoops, there we go. So yeah, this is really, I feel like, speaking to the fact that you're getting in tune with these cosmic downloads. You're really starting to pay attention. So if you aren't at that step yet, this is kind of like Spirit's encouragement to you. Hey, get connected. You know, start listening to your intuition. Start listening to your little synchronicities that you're noticing. These things coming in, those little feelings, those little pings of your intuition that are telling you something's up, something is on the horizon. I'm seeking change. I'm seeking something new. And I really feel like this is kind of that reminder to you that, hey, pay attention to those little pings of intuition when they come in. They want you to know something. They want you to know that you are on the path to an incredible, incredible new opportunity, a new change, a new self, a whole new you. Insert a whole new world from Disney here. I'm not going to sing it because nobody wants to hear me sing, but that's what I'm getting in my head. All right, so here accompanying that, the Hermit. Yes, this is time for you to do a little bit of soul searching, path number 3. Soul searching, looking within, spending time with yourself, and just really deciding, what is it that does need to be cleared from my energy? What is it that needs to be cleared from my life? What can I bring in new, fresh energy that inspires me and helps me move forward, helps me, you know, plan this whole new chapter of my life? I'm ready for newness. If that's something you want to do, spend a little time journaling. Journal about the things that maybe used to make you happy but don't quite make you happy anymore. And then journal about what are some things that are inspiring you these days. What are some things that you are driven to kind of learn more about? What is a passion that you've discovered within yourself in the last, let's say, half a year? Something here is growing. There's, again, that energy of those tides coming in. Something new is coming in. I think that's the best way to really summarize just this whole energy here. King of Cups. King of Cups really asks you to sit with your power of being in control of your emotions, your feelings. This is the stability that we get when we recognize that what we feel is valid, and what we get from other people, even if they don't intend to make us feel, like, for example, if somebody's saying, oh, you're into that now? Oh, I would never, listen to that or whatever. But if it makes you happy, listen to yourself about what makes you happy. Don't listen to other people's input about what should make you happy. Again, I feel like this is a very empowering kind of reading. This is really telling you, like, pay attention to yourself, your energies. What is really feeding into making you feel whole, making you feel that vitality of life, that you are taking things in a path, in a direction that serves you. All right, so path number 3, that is your reading for today. I hope you enjoyed. I hope that you found something that resonates for you in this reading. And I hope that this beach, this very peaceful, quiet area has been able to serve you in a refreshing way and kind of give you this calming effect in knowing that you, like the ocean, hold a lot of gentleness, a lot of beauty, but also a lot of power. And nobody takes the power away from the ocean. I don't think there's anything more powerful in this world than our oceans. So really swim in that energy, really just vibrate with, you know, the tides that are coming in, sweeping back out and taking away all that negative energy or heavy energy and bringing back in fresh, you know, new energy and these whole new wave of change that's coming your way. So I hope you enjoyed the messages that came through. Please let me know in the comments below if anything resonated with you. I'd love to hear it. And until the next video, I wish you the very best. Take good care of yourself. Really step into your power here. And I wish you all the happiness. We'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye. All right, welcome, welcome, welcome. Path number 4. If you have chosen to pursue the path of the number 4, here you find yourself in the desert dreamscape. So welcome, and I hope you enjoy this reading. Let's go ahead and move into it with a few oracle cards. Let's go ahead and pull just a few oracle cards to begin so we can get a sense of what the overall energy of the message for you here is today as you've come into this desert dreamscape. All right, so first we have Sekhmet with change and healing. So path number 4, I feel like today one of the things we'll be taking a look at is some changes and some things that you may need to heal from as you kind of wander through this desert scape. Okay, here we have the Cobra, Divine Awakening. So something is changing. This is actually really exciting. Okay, I'm getting excited. Divine Awakening, something within you. Path number 4, something has called you into this desert dreamscape to kind of take a look and see where is it that we need to find yourself next. Here we have Ra with creative power. So this is looking really, really cool. Path number 4, creative power is in your energy. I feel like here this is talking about you stepping into this really neat creative energy of something you haven't been aware of before, something that maybe you didn't know you had available to you, something you didn't know you could tap into. We're going to be using the Radiant Wilds Tarot here. And first and foremost, let's get a little bit more information here on Sekhmet with change and healing. What is it that we need to know, Spirit, about this change and healing? All right, Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles is the card that talks to us about taking action only after careful planning. This is about calculation. This is about really sitting and thinking about what needs to happen, what needs to be the condition that needs to be right in order to move forward. Now, the Knight is not afraid to take action, but they're also very, very cautious and studious in making sure that what they do is the right one. So I feel like because it's under the change and healing kind of energy, this may be sitting back and thinking about what is it that needs to change and what needs to heal in order to make progress in something. Okay, so next, let's go ahead and get another card. What do we need to know here? Okay. 3 of Swords. All right, so 3 of Swords. Now, path number 4, I know sometimes this card comes out and we feel it's a little bit heavy. It's heavy energy. You know, the traditional imagery is the 3 swords piercing the heart. However, I feel like this is also a feeling of release. This is about knowing something that has not served you is done and over with, and it is time for a change. It is time to kind of come back stronger, come back with a new boundary or a new willingness to not allow anybody to hurt you anymore. The Three of Swords, like I said, it's kind of a heavy energy, but it's also one of hopefulness because, you know, when we've been burned by either somebody or something we were hoping for, we were, you know, thinking it would turn out a different way, we sometimes come back a little bit, you know, stronger, even though a little more weary for wear. But it's to me, feels kind of like in a positive way of saying, like, you know, okay, this has happened, but I'm not going to let it happen again. I'm going to be careful. I'm going to be stronger. This is not going to break me. You know, that's the phrase that I think I would associate with the Three of Swords, is this is not going to break me. So again, with the change and healing, this feels like time to sit back and reevaluate something that, you know, at one point was working, maybe not in the fullest capacity you wanted, not the way you wanted, but it was working, so you kind of left it. But then you realize this is really not going to work out for me. And then that healing comes from realizing the disappointment in that it's not going to work out and you need to move forward. All right, so the Divine Awakening. Let's see, what do we need to know about the Divine Awakening for those on path number 4? Three of Pentacles. Okay, so we've got another 3. Divine Awakening with 3 Pentacles is really exciting. I feel like this is a moment to collaborate, to find your, what do they call it, your vibe tribe, right? This is finding a community that will support your healing, support your growth, and be there to help you realize your Divine Awakening. Who is it that surrounds you, path number 4, that really inspires this within you? Who is it that you can turn to? Maybe friends, maybe family, or maybe somebody in the community that you know of that really stands by you and cheers you on and hypes you up and just helps you kind of gain that extra boost of momentum and confidence in yourself. You've got to surround yourself with those kinds of people because they're the ones who will tell you, you know, when something's not right for you and say, hey, look, I kind of feel like this is not working out for you. But they will also stand by your decision no matter what decision you make, right? So they're people who support you. All right, let's see. What else do we need to know here? That was 2. All right, I feel like here, the Sun. Oh, cool. Okay. So the Sun card coming out here for you actually feels very celebratory. It feels very joyful. This is a community that is really going to help propel you forward. They're going to celebrate your wins with you, and they are going to mourn your losses with you as well. So that's really the people who are there with you thick and thin. And the Divine Awakening aspect of this is realizing that these people are here to support you. They love you and they stand by you. And with that, the sun shines brighter for you despite this, you know, Three of Swords energy here with the heartbreak and the sadness. This is really what's going to clear those clouds away, clear the tears away, and make sure that you are empowered to continue moving forward to the best of your ability. So let's go ahead and see creative power here. Creative power. I'm getting Phoenix rising from the ashes. I don't know if that resonates with anybody, but maybe the symbolism, maybe the phrase, maybe something you've heard recently or seen imagery. I feel like that is kind of the energy coming through here right now. There's a message of a phoenix rising from the ashes. So coming back stronger. Yeah, 10 of Cups. You will find fulfillment and you will find the people here who make you feel the happiest. This is the energy where we're at the top. We are at the peak of the mountain, feeling the absolute highest good and the highest energy coming from the situation here that has helped put you in your creative power. Now, the Suit of Cups is also about creativity, as far as, you know, love, romance, and all that stuff, but it's also creativity in the sense that the things that we bring into the world that fulfill us, that make us happy. You know, the traditional card, we have a happy family. So the feeling of being surrounded by that which you love and you feel fulfilled by, and, you know, in turn, you know that if you give your energy to this, it brings that energy back to you. It's a reciprocal kind of energy. I don't want to say happily ever after because, you know, stories continue after the happily ever after. We have the story after the happily ever after, but then that's also the chance to start the cycle anew. What is the new thing you can bring into your life to continue that fulfillment? Let's go ahead and pull one more card here. And I want the Magician. Cool. So again, going with that creative power energy. This is really about tapping into what you have or what you can create from what you've got. Focus, laser focus, you know, get on it and really kind of forge forward with this energy of creating what you desire. This is super exciting, honestly, because of the divine awakening here. This feels like somebody really awakening to that power within to say, you know, this wasn't working for me before, and it's not working for me now. And I've come to acknowledge it. I've come to heal from that. And I'm awakening to this, you know, realization that I deserve more. I deserve happiness. I deserve, you know, pride in myself. I deserve to be loved and to give love and receive love and reciprocal, you know, it's a very balanced energy. And I love that for you, path number 4. So with this creative energy here as kind of the like energy of the outcome, it's very exciting. I find it super exciting. So let's go ahead and pull some oracle cards here. I want to know a little bit more about the energy in general. What else can you tell us? What should we be aware of? How about that? Let's see. What should we be aware of? Okay, courage. Yes. Path number 4, the courage card here is speaking to really taking care of yourself and knowing that despite how scary it may be to make these changes, despite how alone you may initially feel, you are not alone. You know, you have strength, fierceness, and family, especially here with that 3 of Pentacles. Whoops, 3 of Pentacles. So this is really about, you know, making sure that you are taking care of yourself, but also knowing that you are taken care of. You know, I feel like Spirit has got your back. The universe has got your back. You can draw upon that strength and really move forward with that energy there. So let's go ahead and get more info. What else do we need to know? You? Okay. Healing Earth, the power to give and receive healing. So there's a lot of healing that I see that's a theme here for you, path number 4. So if things have been hard for you, this is your sign. This is to say that, you know, it's going to take time and it might be hard, but have the courage and know that there are people who are there to help you give and receive. So you may even come across people who have been on this journey before, or they are on this journey as well. And when you forge that community with them, when you bond and you say, you know, like, hey, I'm gonna make it through, you're gonna make it through, and together you kind of feed off of this energy of each other, of encouragement and love and positivity. You know, not to say that you're just gonna be only feeding through the positivity. Again, as I mentioned earlier, you find people who will grieve with you, but also celebrate with you. They will empower you and they will validate your feelings and your experience. I think that's the most important thing to point out here. Path number 4, people who surround you and help you grow as a person will validate your feelings, you know, regardless of what they think or regardless of their experience. They will stand by you and say, hey, if that's how you're feeling right now, let me know how I can support you. That is the most important thing about, you know, your vibe tribe. They're going to be there to support you despite the hardships. So let's see. Let's get one more. Okay. Very nice. Achievement. Path number 4. Effort plus intention. So yes, this is what it's going to take. It's going to take that energy of creativeness, of working with what you've got. You've got all the tools you need to kind of forge forward in that path and make things the reality that you want to see. So this is really cool because it's very healing. I feel like it's very empowering energy. I love this for you. So again, here with this achievement is effort plus intention. Remember that if your end goal is to feel a certain way, act that way, and empower yourself in that way, and put yourself in that mindset. You know, if you want to feel more confident in yourself, go about the world with the confidence in yourself that you want to materialize, that you want to kind of put yourself in that mindset and really be like, I am going to live it. I am going to be it. You know, I feel like sometimes this may pertain, or sometimes I feel like sometimes this could be, what do you call it? Imposter syndrome, where some of us go about the world and we feel like, you know, for example, career changers. If you've recently changed career, I'm getting that for some of you. If you've changed careers and you're still kind of struggling to find your place within that new role, or really kind of, you know, tell other people, yeah, I'm working in this now, or I'm doing this now. And it still feels a little odd to you to kind of be saying that. Don't let it feel odd. Make sure you're empowering that. Say, oh yeah, I am this now, or yeah, I am learning this now. And really step into that energy and emulate it and emanate it, because that's really how we build the confidence within ourselves to show it on the outside. You know, it starts on the within and then it shows without, or outside of, without. So let's go ahead and I want to get a few more tarot cards just to speak to, let's say, the energies here with these 3 cards. What else do we need to know about courage, healing earth and energy? Well, not energy, effort plus intention. All right, so here we have the Sovereign of Wands. So the Sovereign of Wands is, I believe, the Queen of Wands energy. So it is the feminine kind of energy of this card. So being bold, being, you know, being creative in the sense that I feel like it kind of ties in here with this energy of just being confident in yourself. Now, the Queen of Wands, I feel like is that energy of that person who really embodies who they are and what they do in a very quiet manner, but it's not any less powerful than, say, the way the masculine side of that energy embodies it, right? It's a very confident inner strength of your own creativity and your own magic and your power to create and manifest what you want. I sometimes say that I feel like the Queen of Wands is somewhat matching the energy of the magician, because she is really, really that creative. She just knows what she wants and she goes for it. She's bold and she's not afraid to tell people about her creative endeavors and really speak to it in a way that inspires others as well. So I feel like that's really kind of playing in here with that community message, that message of empowering each other, where you're able to speak to something so beautifully, so confidently that others see that and they want that for themselves and they try to emulate that for themselves, and they really just start to come into that energy for themselves as well because you inspired them to. All right, let's see what else we need to know here. Spirit, give me another card. You. Okay, here we have the 10 of Coins or 10 of Pentacles. So this here is, again, the energy of a longevity of your endeavors, your time, your energy, maybe even resources, finances. This is coming to the point where you have spent the time and the effort to really build yourself up. This is the legacy you leave behind, the legacy you live and then leave behind, if I could put it that way. But yeah, this is a very empowering kind of energy. Look, we've got 2 10s here, the cycles there. We've got the sun here, really, really highlighting the fact that this is going to be a very bright and bold and beautiful, prosperous time for you. Tapping into this creative power, you know, moving out of this kind of pain and this heavy energy of just having to kind of start again or heal from something, and then just really awakening to that power within. I feel like also this is kind of like a power of independence. This is coming into your own realization that you've got what it takes and no one can stop you. Path number 4, no one can stop you. All right, here with the Seeker of Wands, I believe this is supposed to be the Page of Wands. So the Seeker of Wands, yes, tap into that energy, tap into that creativeness. You want to get to the level of the Queen of Wands or Sovereign of Wands, you really have to go for it, act like it, be it. And then it does take time, it does take practice. It's not something that'll happen right away. But again, it's just a process of building that confidence up within yourself and really being able to align with the people that are encouraging it and, you know, just even helping you with it, helping you gain that confidence in yourself. Let's go ahead and pull, let's say 2 more tarot cards. I want to get any other messages going on here. So here with the Ace of Wands, recognition and success. Perfect. I love this for you. Oh, Ace of Rings. Why did I say Wands? Did I even say Wands? Sorry. Anyway, Ace of Rings. Here we have that opportunity for resources, for abundance, for, where do you want to go? Okay. For just being able to kind of come upon your own. This is you being empowered to create your own resources, not having to rely on others. I feel like in this general, or in this reading in general, it's really empowering and knowing that you can take care of yourself. You don't have to rely on anyone else to provide for you. Did you want to come out? Okay. So let's see the card that came out here. The Sun again. Hey, that is really, really cool. So positivity, abundance. This is beautiful, beautiful energy. Path number 4. The sun truly is shining on you here in the desert because, I mean, look at this. This is amazing. You have a lot of really positive energy here. All right, so wrap things up real quick. Let's go ahead and grab one more. Yeah, let's do one more card here from this oracle. And what do we need to know? What is the final word of advice here? I'm having trouble shuffling. These are really big cards, and I have really small hands. All right. So very cool. 𝕝𝕝 here speaks to soul family. You're united under a common cause. This, I feel like, plays really, really well into here, this community aspect, this aspect of finding your soul tribe, your vibe tribe, whatever you'd like to call it. These are the people who surround you and cheer you on and just really support you through whatever endeavors or whatever battles, you wind up going through. They're there to take care of you. They're there to cheer you on and let you know that you are stronger than you believe and that they believe you can do it. You must believe that you can do it too. You have got this. This is very encouraging. All right, so I said one more, but let's go ahead and do just to balance it out. Cleo, past lives, reconnect with your past. So I feel like a large part of the awakening here within the Cobra card is about reconnecting with yourself. I feel for some of you, you may already know or have hints at or have a suspicion that you in the past may have embodied the energy of one of these, divine feminine energies or goddesses, or you maybe you identify with one, maybe you are connected to one right now, maybe you are practicing working with deities or some kind of energy where you're really diving deep into that beautiful divine feminine energy from the past and really bringing that forward into your life right now. You're awakening to that realization that you had that connection and that it is calling for you to reawaken because of some situation or maybe a relationship. Something has happened that has caused you to kind of hold back, slam the brakes and think, oh, there's a message for me, I'm feeling a call to something. I'm feeling like, something is missing and it's trying to awaken within me and it's calling me up and calling me out. So I really feel like path number 4, in all, the sum total of this reading is one of very, very beautiful divine support. There is support here for you, both in the physical and in the spiritual, because you have a community here that can help you and cheer you on and strengthen you and just really be your support system. But then I feel like there's also something here about the ability to tap into what once was in your life, maybe a past life, maybe a deity that is guiding you from a past life you had a connection with and you didn't even know about it until just now or until you're experiencing this awakening. I feel like just in all, there is an awakening here going on and it's going to lead to very beautiful positive outcomes. You got the Sun card twice in this reading, and that, coming from 2 different decks is really cool. It'd be neat if it popped up here too. But yeah, this is just really a feeling of being divinely guided and being divinely protected because, again, like I said, the energy, the way it kind of reads is flowing this way. It starts with a catalyst for change. And that leads to healing. That leads to an awakening. That leads to a bolstering of your power, a realization that you can create the life that you want. You can have the people in your life that you want. You can attract the things that you want simply by being in that energy, being in that mindset, and really just kind of pivoting anything that does not work away from you, and then allowing that shift to make room for what you do want in your life. And just like any other cycles, because I see there are some 10s here, just like any other cycle in life, it doesn't mean that one shift is enough for your life, right? We go through multiple shifts in our lifetimes. What once worked for us when we were teenagers may not work for us anymore as young adults. As young adults, one career that once worked for us maybe does not fulfill us any longer. And as we get to be a little bit of the older adult side, we're realizing that it's never too late to shift into something new. As long as it makes you happy and proud and prosperous and it lets you live the life you envision for yourself, it is never too late to make that shift. So again, just a very empowering reading, path number 4. And I hope that, being in this desert dreamscape has just reminded you that even though sometimes we see the things ahead of us and it's very, you know, we don't feel like it looks, how do I even put this? It doesn't even feel like it looks like there's possibility in it. If we forge forward and really just kind of tap into our inner strength, we will come upon that beautiful oasis in the desert, that beautiful spot where we know this is where we're meant to be, and this is a chance for renewal and refreshment and just kind of coming anew. So yeah, I think I've drug this on long enough, but let me know, path number 4, in the comments below how you liked this reading. Let me know if any of this resonated for you. Again, this was a very general reading, so it may not resonate for everyone. Feel free to just take what resonates, leave behind the rest, and don't worry about it. And hopefully you enjoyed your time here. I am certainly glad that you decided to join me. And yeah, until the next time, we'll see you. Take good care of yourself, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.